maybe that's how he gets out his rage.
Sounds like a Kevin to me.
It's a lot healthier.
Yeah, I feel bad for the neighbors.
Like, I support you doing that, but just not near me, because when men are yelling, I get scared.
I'm from Alaska. I don't get scared about nothing. I survived Israel Keys. I can survive anything.
My husband didn't ever grow up with fear hormones, and I think like the environment like you grow up in and stuff can create a situation where, because he wasn't afraid of things, like that never helped change who he was, and he's exactly who he ever was. Like, he got him later in life with like trauma and stuff, but like when I meet people who, you know what I mean, like who get to do that, it's always interesting, because people like you guys get to like keep being who you are and not like change. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, your whole personality isn't based around like everybody else trying to influence.
Yeah, I've learned, you know, what to look for certain situations, and I grew up 23 years in Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
I give off that vibe, nobody messes with me.
Mm-hmm.
And if my voice doesn't do it, my cutlery and my metal club definitely will.
Well, you're taking the space, and you know what space is yours, and like you will happily take it. And I think people like that, like, because I'm on the other side of stuff, like my nervous system is so dysregulated. I also grew up in the mountains, but in Oregon, and my parents were in a cult, and so it was like it affected like how my nervous system like regulated, and so like everything in my whole life was like just masking and just trying to like pretend and to stay safe. And so it's so interesting to me to like see people who like can fight for themselves and who have been able to fight for themselves, and seeing the type of people they turn into because they chose that. Like, I think that's fascinating. I think it's amazing when people like get to choose who they are and then just like work towards that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, I mean, I just last week came up on my 1-year anniversary with Uber, and I mean, I'm gonna write that book.
You should.
18 plus, and I mean, every chapter is gonna be a different title, and I think the title of the book I want is How I Unexpectedly Became a Getaway Driver.
Nice.
That actually did happen.
I love that, because like you can also explore like the literal aspect of it, but then like the deeper philosophy and stuff.
Another good chapter title, how many times I've turned down sex work.
How many offers just doing Uber?
Yeah. How many times I've been asked, when am I getting off work?
Yeah.
I think they were implying they wanted me to get off while sitting on their head, but...
And also, like, what did you learn, and how did you get yourself out of the situations, and how did you use your brain to tell yourself, like, what isn't safe, what is okay? Do you know what I mean? Like, how you get through things can be really helpful for other people. Like, when people are so good at like protecting themselves and so good at that, like, I think that like so many people can learn from what's happening.
I mean, I've picked up a few people, I'm not sure what was wrong with them, I could guess now, but I've met a few incels, some Muslim extremists, some